YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, a weather report. I see over in England, oh man, a bit of snow around for you fellas over there. Yeah, I'm glad I haven't got that here. Yeah, just, we don't get that sort of thing, and I don't reckon I'm missing it by the look of it. At the moment, look, our temperature's sitting on 30 degrees C. It's Sunday morning and we're sitting on 68% humidity. So it's not too bad. It's a little bit overcast outside and the humidity's building. It feels like we're going to get something happening pretty soon with the rain once more. The grass around the lawn, we haven't mowed it for, we're coming up to 11 days and it's about this high. It is, everything's just springing out of the ground. You can nearly sit and watch it, I believe. So, but anyway, look, me working man, a young fella comes in tomorrow, so we'll chuck him on the ride tomorrow for a few hours and that'll be taken care of. But last week we couldn't mow some of it because of the water that it had rained, and yeah, there was a lot of moisture around, and so we got a little bit up the house done, but not down the back here. So anyway, yeah, we'll get into it. Look, not much has been happening in Bundy Bear's Shed. Last Monday I actually sat down with the grinder here, my little tool post grinder, and I decided to try my hand at making a little D bit. And this one here, it's a little D bit. It's got a 7-degree taper, and it's the first one I've ever made, and I took time to do it. And you know, when you're grinding down, oh, this is a bit of 6mm tool steel, HSS, and yeah, I took particular care to grind down to the 3mm to get the D bit right on 1/2 inch, and then I set it up so we cut a 7-degree taper on this side here, and this one here, well, I've got a little bit lesser so it doesn't sort of drag across the already cut surface. So we've got a 7-degree here, we've got about a 15-degree relief on the back of it, and then on the top here we've got about a 3-degree rake on there to give it clearance. And look, all in all, I'll see if I can, look, that's not a bad little tool. And so I thought I'd go to the milling machine and give it a little run and just see how it went. And look, it didn't go too bad. If you can see this, you're looking there, this is just the old hunk of alloy I do everything on, and I just fed it slowly down here, and it didn't do a bad job as it came in. Yeah, I just fed it down through there, just nice and slow, just to see. And the idea was to imitate a belt groove, you know, just on one of these serpentine belts or something. So look, it's done it. You know, I'm on this old block of aluminium. It did do it, no worries. There's a bit of a feathered edge here, mainly this side, and the finish, I'm not sure if we can see in there, but yeah, there's quite a rough finish. Where am I? Close your eyes, Lance. There we go. But yeah, the rough's a little bit, the finish is a little bit rough through there. So that was worth a bit of a play. Yeah, wire taper, well, I was just playing along, and that's what happened. Yeah, 7-degree taper, so I might take my glasses off so they don't flare out on you. Yeah, so that was an interesting exercise. Took me a little while. I'm going to do a little flat one soon. I've ordered a little bit more of this 6mm tool steel just to practice on. And look, it's going okay. This is the first one. I haven't tried it on steel or anything like that, and like with a little point like that, I don't think you'd just feed it in and then just run it along. I think you'd get a little 1 or 2mm cutter, and I can't remember what this measures on the tip here. Yeah, look, it's about a little over 1mm wide on the bottom there, so make that 2 millimetres wide. As soon as I learn to read the verniers, I'll be good at this bloody home shop shit. But so yeah, look, you could run a. I imagine what you would do was you'd run a little 2mm end mill down, and then you'd bring this down to profile it perhaps. But well, I may be wrong. Well, it was a good exercise. It was a good tool to make, and that's just the capability of this. You can have any shape that you like, and not having had much to do with D-bits in the past, I've got quite a bit of learning to do. So I also on eBay, like these are $1 each or something like that. Another little carbide tipped scraper, scriber, and I just couldn't find my other one. I've got a blue one round, very similar, and it's done a good job over the years, but yeah, I don't know what I've done with it. So yeah, it's a little pack of 5 of them for $6 or $7 or something or other. They're not Randy Richard quality, but I very rarely use a scraper. I got a scraper on the head. I very rarely use a scribe, and so I didn't think I'd get the more expensive ones. And no real need. So, but anyway, that's just a purchase. I've just come back from filming in at Queensland Tractor Spares, all the new Renaults. So I've got a separate video once more of that for you, just to show you what's going on. And look, we've got some nice new steps there, and yeah, I'm quite tickled with the steps. They're nice wood grain with an aluminium anti-slip piece in the front of them. And where the runners came in, they actually had them routed at a taper, and then you actually put the step tread in, and then they had these little wooden wedges, and they actually banged the wedges in to set the steps and take the creak out of them. And yeah, that was something I'd never seen before, so I found that interesting. But so the shed's coming along fine. It's always slower than you'd like it, but that's okay. You don't worry, and they'll get there. I'm hoping the plasterers get there this next coming week, and get the cornices done and all that sort of thing. So, but another thing we've done in Bundy Bear's shed for the week is I've gone and bought myself a 3D printer. Now there's a couple of reasons for buying a 3D printer, apart from having a new toy. Is when I sort of knew a little bit about CAD drawing years ago, and then I let it slide, and I come back to have a look at CAD drawing, and I just couldn't believe that I couldn't just grasp it again and get going. I had a little bit of trouble winding up again, so I'm still having trouble winding up with the CAD drawing, but Fusion 360, you get a free license for that as a hobbyist. Once you start making 100,000 a year, it's going to cost you $2,400 every 12 months. So, but anyway, I'm just a puddler, just muck ass around with it. So I got the idea of, well, I've always wanted to do like the smaller model engines as time goes by, but I don't know when I get the time for all this. But anyway, I've been sitting down of an evening teaching myself Fusion 360, and there's some good tutorials on YouTube if anyone's interested in learning it. And you know, NYCNC, John Saunders, he's got some good stuff. At the moment he travels a bit quick for me. You know, yeah, he knows what he's talking about, and he can whiz through it and explain it pretty well. But it's just, yeah, just I need to catch up with him a little bit yet. But there does seem to be some great information. But there's a fella out there called Lars Christensen, and Lars Christensen, he's got a site on, you know, CAD drawing and things like that. So I found his very helpful. Yeah, they just show you how to draw a little cube and extrude, and all that sort of thing. So the first project coming along is collet holders for me, and with the new setup going up at the house there and the new toolboxes, I've never had my collets organised very well, and the ER40 ones are just dumped in a drawer together, and it's not very satisfactory, and it's something that's always given me the shits a little bit. So so my plan in learning Fusion 360 and learning about CAD drawing again for modelling and doing patterns and things like that, is to get good at the fusion, and I can make the patterns and bits and pieces with the 3D printing, and it gives me a cheap and easy way of doing a design and then popping it over on a machine and checking that it works. You know, that I can design something like a collet rack. And look, I have a little collet rack that I'm working on at the moment. It's only 295 long and about 85 mil wide, and that'll have 10 or a dozen holes for ER32 collets in it. And I'm going to make them in little small sections, and then we can add to it, and if I get some more collets of some sort, well, I can add to it. And I've got something like 40, I think it's 45C collets to house. So, and all it is, it's just a box, and with 32 mil holes in the top of it and a couple of supports underneath. So with the CAD drawing, I'm chugging along with it, and I'll go up there this afternoon, do a little bit more and try and get that sorted out. But the printer I bought was a CR10S. I can't think of the brand now, but it should print 300 millimeters by 300 millimeters by 400 millimeters high. So it's one of the larger ends of it. So there's a bit learning there. It's an upgraded model where the Z-axis has 2 lead screws to help support it up, and then when you look on Thingiverse for the 3D printers and that, there's mods, there's bloody brackets that come down to the front to hold it more rigid, and there's a lot of knickknacks you can make. So I'm looking forward to that, and long term probably we'll do CNC router and things like that for tidying up, you know, making some of the smaller parts. And I don't think I can justify doing a CNC mill. I haven't seen anyone make one of these Hafco HM48 CNC. Whether it's worth doing, I have no idea. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey along. So perhaps next week or the week after or something, I might have a collet rack made that I can show off and wag my tail and get all excited about. And I noticed I've joined a couple of 3D printing forums, and a lot of people just make shit. And look, I probably shouldn't say that, but you go to Mr. Pete's channel, Lyle, and he made some nice soft jaws for a vice, and he's made little fishtail holders and things like that, things that are actually have a purpose, have a use. But the amount of plastic bloody figures and toys grown men make, you know, it's got me a bit beat. But anyway, people make what people want to do. So, but yeah, I hope to make like these collet racks, perhaps a set of soft jaws. On Thingiverse, if you have a plan that works for you, you know, you've done the drawing and that, you can take it from 3D, from 360, Fusion 360. You can drop it in some other program. I can't even think what it is now. It's only new, and it works out the tool parts for you and all that. So I'm spending a bit of time doing that at the moment, just trying to get a grasp of this 360 once more. And it's a great tool. It's got some bloody stuff it can do. At the moment, it's way smarter than the operator, but that wouldn't have to be too bloody smart either. But look, I'll take you up a little bit later, and I'll just give you a couple of happy snaps of what I'm working on. And but yeah, like I say, it's just an upside down box with no top, with a heap of holes in it, and hopefully by making components like that, I can add to it as my collet, the number of collets or that grows. I can actually grow with it, and I'll have a tall one at about 3 inches high for the 5C, because I've got 5C collets in Imperial. Then when I bought the grinder, I got another 8 or so in metric, and then I've also got the hex ones, and I've also got the square 5C collets. That's why there's so many of those. But there'll be extra holes to allow for you know, expanding collets and things that you can make of your own. You can buy like salvage collets where you can make them a particular shape for, just say, mill them out a bit for holding a mudguard washer and opening it up if you have a heap to do. So it's an expandable system. It's not just one block with everything in it. We can actually add to it as time goes on. So yeah, just for a home shop, this 3D printing, we're going to have a run at it, and the reason is twofold, as I've said. One, it gives me a chance to learn the CAD drawing again. It seems so handy, and I watch other people do it, and you say, well, you know, can you make a flywheel for such and such? Next thing, jing, 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 copy, paste, copy, copy, copy around the thing, bang, here's this bloody flywheel. So I go home and think, yeah, let's make one of them. So 3 weeks later, I've got the outside nice and true. And that's about it, yeah. But anyway, there's a lot to learn with it, and it's going to be a great bit of fun doing it as well. So look, no machining this week really in Bundy Bear's shed. I will take you up and show you just a little bit of what we're doing. I don't know how to capture my screen on the computer yet to show you exactly, but we might even have a go at that. So if I balls that up, yeah, you know, I'm just buggering around. So alright, look, thanks for hanging with us. Yeah, not an awful lot of content this week, but like I say, I will tack the building video. I won't put it on the stew. I'll just add it as an extra one if some aren't interested. But I'll give you a bit of an idea of what I'm learning on this Fusion 360, and hopefully next week I'll have a printer to show you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I've bought some filament and things like that with it. Banggood and them had them, and I thought about hitting them up for one and getting one. Then I thought, oh, how can you do a review when you don't know what you're talking about? so I've bought it, and they seem to be a good brand. There's a Creality CR10S, I think it is, with the upgrades, and it's got in the box that others didn't have, in the main control box or the motherboard, they've upgraded that, and they've actually got a thing that if you get halfway through printing and you lose power, it will resume print once for you if you've got to go to bed and turn the power off. I don't know. Well, look, anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll try and have a bit more interesting stuff coming up if we can. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm up to with this 360. Catch you later, eh? Well, here we are. We're sitting on 360, and this is an ER32 collet rack that I've designed, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 ER32 collets. Those holes are 32 millimeters, the holes around here. The top is 3 millimeters thick, and the sides are 2 millimeters thick, and I've put these little 5mm supports in there because I thought, well, later on with the weight of the collets in there, I didn't want the top of it sagging and yeah, getting all out of whack and looking shitty. So I've got nice square corners on the outside, so this one here should be able to butt up with the next one, but inside I've put a 2mm radius around the corner there, which adds a bit more support as well, and around the towers here, or the supports here, I've got a radius there too. So we'll see how it goes. We've actually got it put across now into a program that saves it as a file for printing. And here we are now in Simplify 3D, and this is a software that turns your drawing into code. So down the bottom here we can actually hit down there, we can go prepare to print, and depending on what settings we have it on, you can actually come down through here and you can play what will happen. So with all the G code and the nozzle running around, you can actually sit there and watch it. So we're going to have a bit of a play with that as it goes. And up here, when you come up to the top of the screen here, it says at that stage it's going to take 11 hours to print. Yeah, 24,000 4,353 millimetres, so 24 metres of filament, and 73.22 grams worth of filament. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So it's just doing the G code here for us and actually doing a print. So what happens once we're happy with that, we think that's looking alright, we can hit save to disk here, or hook the USB up, but I'll hit save to disk because this new printer will grab a disk and we'll print one. So stay tuned. Hopefully in the not too distant future I might be able to knock out a few ER32 collet racks. We'll just see how we go, eh? Here's a little job I've had to do. A mate just dropped this axle in for me, and you've seen this job before. We just have to bore him out to put a steel backed phos bronze bush in, and I'm using the little cutter that the little boring bar that I've just left set solid for this one job. So hopefully it'll go down, it'll be the right size if I haven't moved it for anything. So we'll see how we go. Drop a bit of coolant down there and we'll just feed by hand. And there we are, we've just chomped our way through there slowly. She chomped away a few nice big chips, so wasn't ideal, I didn't reckon, but anyway. Right, now we're just over at the little arbor press. We might give it a bit of a push. It seems to want to go a bit crooked there. That looks like the big press. Yep, no go, needs more muscle power, I think. Well, there you go. Another bush in. Looks nice here from the back end. Doesn't look too bad at all. I haven't got a pin to try in it, but look, I just ended up bumping it in with the hammer and that disc there. So this little disc here, just popped him in. It was easy as that.